Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. So Shawn Porter's got a fight against Adrian Granados tonight. Good luck to both of those guys. But I just saw an interview conducted by the Boxing Voice. And in this interview, they asked Shawn Porter a few questions about, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. And, of course, Shawn Porter didn't get a chance to get a word out because his father always talks for him. Not only did he talk for him, but he was talking over Shawn when Shawn was trying to answer the questions that they were asking him. And, in fact, this was like a 12-minute interview, and it was nothing but Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter thinks he's the fighter. I'm not sure why Kenny Porter wants to be in the limelight so much when he's not even the fighter. When some of the things that he says makes his son look pretty bad. Now, we got to hear why Shawn Porter is basically ducking Errol Spence and why he's ducking Terence Crawford. Shawn Porter's father, Kenny Porter, said that those guys need to fight each other. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, he said they need to fight each other. He said he basically said he doesn't want any smoke with Terence Crawford. And you remember when he was calling Danny Garcia out when he moved up from 140? Why is that? You feel like Danny Garcia was a easier opponent? Now Terence Crawford's moving up, and Kenny said they're not calling him out. They only want Keith Thurman. In fact, Kenny Porter said that once Keith Thurman fights either in February or March of next year, they said that Keith Thurman needs to fight Shawn Porter next. And they're going to wait out for that fight. And that's just assuming if he gets past Adrian Granados tonight, right? So, November 4th, you're willing to wait that long to get Keith Thurman. And you said you're not going to fight anybody in the interim. No tune-up fights in between that at all. Because you feel, you did say that the WBC already ran the eliminator for that #1 contendership for that WBC belt, right? So that rematch with Keith Thurman. However, in the same breath, you say if Danny Garcia, and this is a guy you say who's been ducking Shawn Porter for months, for years, you say that you guys will pursue a fight with Danny Garcia early next year. So what's it going to be, Kenny? What's it going to be, Shawn? Well, what are you guys talking about? You guys can't even be consistent, all right? We know why you want to fight Danny Garcia. You want to fight Danny because you feel like he's easy work, and it's a nice little payday. I'm not sure why you want to fight Keith Thurman again, because he's going to beat Shawn again, and it'll be easier this time. You're talking about nobody stepped up aside from Adrian Granados. And big ups to Adrian Granados for taking this fight with Shawn Porter. But he wasn't the only one that was available for this fight tonight. Errol Spence was available, but y'all act like he ain't the biggest dude in the division right now. And I say he's the biggest dude in the division. And it doesn't matter how many belts he got. He got 1 belt. Keith got 2. But everyone's lining up to fight Keith. Nobody's lining up to fight Errol Spence. Why is that? How come nobody wants to fight Spence? Is it because it's too big of a risk? Yeah, it's definitely a risk fighting Errol Spence. So you're going to duck Spence and try to avoid Terence Crawford. Well, what happens if you lose to Keith Thurman again? Then you got to fight some of these dudes. Danny Garcia don't got to fight you, dog. Why you want him to fight you when he's coming off a loss? He's just coming off a loss. Ain't nobody ducking Shawn Porter, man. Like I said, Adrian Granados took that fight tonight. And I hope he knocks you out. Personally, I hope he knocks you clean out. Trying to cherry pick somebody. He ain't no cherry, B. You're going to see. You might get Amir Imam tonight. You might get that Amir Imam work. Well, we'll see. I just don't I'm not a fan of the Kenny Porter talking for Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter really needs to be more vocal. Maybe you need to lose your dad. All right? Because he's making you look bad right now. Because you definitely ducking. You ducking Terence. You ducking Spence, man. Why didn't you try to get a rematch with Kell Brook? He gave you that work. That's why, man. Shawn Porter hasn't beaten an elite level fighter ever. Who was the last elite level fighter Shawn Porter beat? Who? Errol Spence beat Kell Brook. Did Shawn? No. Keith Thurman beat Shawn. What? Those are his two biggest. Yeah, them is the two biggest fighters. But let me see. He got what? One loss, right? I mean, no, he got two losses: Kell Brook and Keith Thurman. I just, I don't get why Shawn Porter seemingly comes off as a coward now. And you're gonna chase Keith Thurman when you really don't even deserve a rematch because you lost the first fight. You don't deserve a rematch. And what you mean they gotta fight each other? You trying to wait till the smoke clears? Nah, you're gonna be right in the middle of that. Depending upon what happens tonight. Because if you lose to Adrian Granados tonight, your chances of getting Keith Thurman, it'll never happen. You'll never get another big name fighter. I encourage anybody who's interested in this interview, go over to the Boxing Voice. I might leave the link in the description, but Errol Spence and Terence Crawford will beat you easy, like easily. You know you don't want that smoke with either one of those. Drop Kenny Porter, man. He just runs his mouth way too much, man. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Kenny Porter, man. He's not even the one getting in the ring. And it's so funny they call Danny Garcia a cherry picker. It's so funny they call him a cherry picker when they're doing the exact same thing. They're avoiding fighters, trying to say that no one wants to fight them. That's not true. Errol Spence was ready. He would have loved to fight you. And to be honest, Danny might be able to beat you too. Anyway, Hitman Boxing, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Look out for those fights tonight. Look out for the fights tonight. Shawn Porter versus Adrian Granados, Deontay Wilder versus Berman Stavern. Should be an interesting fight. I got Deontay Wilder winning the fight by knockout. The fight should not go past 6 rounds. That's what I'm hoping. If Shawn Porter takes Adrian Granados lightly tonight, he might take an L for sure. Again, Hitman Boxing, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe, and I'm out.
This world will bring you down with mass confusion and complexities, but I am the master of my fate and captain of my soul, you see. Stuck in the mentalities that says one thing and does another. Oh, the contradictories. That's when I visit my utopia of Capricornia to be free. Most would say that's not normal, but for me, life is but a dream, and your reality is what it seems. I'm sitting in the crib I found on Craigslist, staring out in space, scheming what my next move is. I'm thinking that it's time to move west. No idea what I'm doing, I'm just trying my best. Not exactly where I thought I'd be. Honestly, a 9 to 5 never was in my dreams. I've been feeling all alone lately. Nothing I ain't used to since '88 as a baby. When I came up out the womb, everybody knew it was something special about me that fills a room. I never understood it, but my OG told me it's a blessing. I should use it to the fullest. And that's what I've been trying to do. But it's hard to keep a smile on your face while paying dues. Damn, it's hella cloudy in the room, and the shadow of reality is darkest when it glooms.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream, leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from the army of clouds.
I had a suicide dream about a month ago, while I was sleeping on the couch at my parental's house. That's when I knew that it was time for me to up and go. So I booked it, couple friends took it personal. Like, why you just up and go? Ain't even bother to tell nobody, that's rude, bro. It was unintentional. Conversations with myself, I need a hospital. I think I've gone bipolar. Half of me is conservative, any other stoner. I think I lost the love that I had from a good girl. The temp is negative 18, yeah, that's a cold world. Janis Joplin that's playing on my Pandora station. Cosmic Blues, just some emotional life changes. Whole time, no, I gotta stop looking back, because the future's not a present, gotta get on track.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream, leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from this army of clouds.